Good morning, everyone. It's CJ with Koi City STL, and I wanted to bring you this update. It's a small update, but it's an update nonetheless. First, let's get right into it. I added this bowl to this rice fish pond. It sits nicely in there. I propped it up on a cement little concrete block. I know that some aquarists advise against adding concrete blocks because they say it can leach chemicals into the water. I don't know to what degree, if any, that has an effect on this pond, or the block that I used can do that or is capable of doing that. I'll see over time, but right now I'm not seeing any adverse effects in the pond, so I'm taking my chances on that. But I'll certainly let you know if something does happen to go wrong. Hopefully not, though. I know it doesn't look the best. Seeing that summer's almost over, I'm not too concerned with how it looks. This is just kind of a proof of concept anyway. It might change over time. I always kind of wanted a waterfall in here, but I'm not sure if I'd be able to make that work the way I want it to. You can see here that there is a bit of a waterfall, but the pump is so small in this that the water flow is just not very much. But the rice fish seem to enjoy it. You can see this sweet Kate spiderwort here is blooming. Oh, looks nice. Fish seem happy. I'm not going to take that out. This is a sponge filter with the bubbler, the air stone on it. I'm not going to take that out. I'll give them lots of places to explore in here. I hope this lotus gets a little bit bigger, though. That would be nice to have this fill out the bowl, but we'll probably put some other plants in here too and have it be kind of like not technically a bog filter, but something in a similar vein. That's the big update. I kind of just saved the best for first in this case, but we'll move on. This canna lily is still blooming. Looks pretty. Who's in here today? Can't really see a whole lot. Oh, there's one baby rice fish in there. Rice fish fry. There's Finn making his appearance as he usually does. Such a cute goldfish. There's another rice fish. I think there's only two in there. Pretty sure there's only two. Banana plant. Still haven't gotten around to transferring that. We should, though. It's huge. It has multiple shoots now that we could replant, and we could even replant it in that pond, in the rice fish pond, in the low 50-gallon pond. This needs to be thinned out of plants. You can't see anything. I said in the last video, I think there's a bunch of giant snails in here. I presume they're still in there. But that needs to be tidied up. This is off right now because I need to get an outlet splitter or outlet adapter to plug more stuff in. Since I plugged in that pump over there, I don't have room to plug this one in. Let's see what we can see. Oh yeah, there's another rice fish, two rice fish fry in here. There's more that you can't see. I think there's maybe about 5 in here. That was kind of a nice surprise. I didn't really plan for that, but they got in there. Our herb garden. Looking pretty good. Updates for this pond. We added a bubbler in here. I'll show you. And a sponge filter. Pretty large sponge filter. I'm not sure if it was entirely necessary, but better to have it than not. And there's plenty of rice fish fry in here as well. I don't think you'll be able to see a lot of them because some of them are. Oh no, wait, here's one. I don't know how well you can see that on camera, but there is one amongst the duckweed. We did put a goldfish in here as well to try to clean up some of this duckweed. We're not seeing a huge decrease in duckweed right now, but hopefully we'll get to munching on it and we'll see it decrease, because we want to be able to see a lot of the pond, the rice fish fry amongst the plants and such. And the duckweed really does a great job of obstructing pretty much all views inside, so we want to get rid of that in a kind of economical way by just having a goldfish in there so we're not wasting time manually picking it out. If you guys have any suggestions of how to get rid of the duckweed yourself more effectively, please let me know. I've watched a lot of videos, but none of them I was really completely satisfied with. But please, if you have any tips, let me know. I'd appreciate it. In here, this is our original rice fish culture. There's one of them. I think she might have eggs on her. Oh yeah, look at that. She has a clutch of eggs right there. Very cool. This pond has undergone no changes since the last video. This horsetail kind of got knocked over a little bit in the storm. It's just kind of continuing on as is. This one had a little bit of a struggle with string algae. I think maybe we need to put a little bit more, maybe put another hyacinth or another lettuce in here, because the string algae kind of is annoying, but somewhat inevitable, I suppose. I really don't like when the string algae attaches to the artificial spawning mops. That's a pain to get off, but probably just a sign I need some more plants in here, which is not a problem. We can do that. Not a whole lot of updates in there. Haven't added anything new. Nothing's really going on in there. It's kind of just continuing on and prospering as it usually does. And then finally over here, last but certainly not least, update for here. We got this pond basket in here. We just picked up this Salvinia minima. Start selling that. Now this is weird, and it looks gross. I don't like how it looks, but this is all the string algae that I picked out of the pond I just showed you. And I realized that a lot of those rice fish eggs do get attached to that string algae, so I don't like to throw it away. I will just throw it in here. I'll wait a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean like, maybe a week and a half or so, maybe even 2 weeks. And then I know that the eggs that were attached to it have hatched out, and they're in the pond, and I'm safe to discard it. I just want to keep as many eggs as possible. You can see that the pond right here is really, iPhone video quality is questionable. Let's see here. See what we can find. Yeah, there's a few. There's one over there, one's there. There and there. There's so many in here. There's like 4 of them, 3 of them. Look at them. There's just tons in here. Just tons. I was a little bit concerned. We had a really big rainstorm yesterday. And as you can see right here, some of it washed out. We do not have any drain holes on any of these ponds, so they can just fill up as much as they can until they spill out of the top. I was a little bit concerned about that. Maybe that's something we should look into, but it seems as though most of these fish made it through. It's hard to see with the reflection. Oh, there we go. There's just so many little baby fish in here, little fry. Some of them in here have grown up significantly, though. They're quite sizable, so we might have to think of a way to get them out. There's like 3 of them that are pretty that I would say are ready to be out on their own in a different pond. We would probably transfer them to the other pond, the one with the sponge filter that I showed you. That's where they're most likely their final destination will be. You can see we got some tadpoles in here. I'm not sure if I showed it in the last video, but we ended up discovering some frog spawn in a few of these. And they hatched out. So far they don't seem to be predating on any of the rice fish fry, which is good. But hopefully it'll be smooth sailing. They'll just all be able to get along peacefully. I'm not sure if they will start eating them or not. I know bullfrog tadpoles pretty much eat anything, but I'm not sure about these little frog or toad tadpoles. I'm fairly certain this is a frog tadpole. I'm not 100%. But we get a mix out here of frogs and toads, so I'm not an expert in it. Yeah, this pond's beautiful. I love the way this looks. No bubbler in here. I don't think we will ever get a bubbler in here, most likely, since it's kind of far away from the house. It'd be weird to run a airline out here. It would just kind of look awkward on the greenery. But you never know. As far as updates for anything else, that pretty well covers it. This will be a shorter video, about the same length as the last one, I guess. I'll make another video when I do something cool with this pond again, or another one of the other ponds. Just kind of trying to have fun while the summer's still here. Like I said, unfortunately, it's almost over as far as I'm concerned. The weather will start to turn, or maybe it won't, because historically here in St. Louis, we've been having hotter weather into the September and October months, so maybe it'll stick around for a while, and we can still enjoy it out here for a little bit. But as the leaves begin to fall, the pond becomes there's a lot of maintenance associated with it. You got to get all the leaves out and stuff, and make sure everything's still doing well in the cold temps. But it's all in good fun though, so I'm looking forward to that, and still, of course, enjoying what the summer has left to give us. So, and see, there's not a whole lot of movement in here. These rice fish are just chilling. I really got to get rid of or sell some of this fairy moss too, because I like the way it looks in here in just bits and pieces, but when it's a big sea of it like that, I don't really love that. So I'll have to get rid of that at some point, or find a way to sell it. Anyway, guys, I think that is going to wrap up today's video. If this is your first video, welcome. Thank you for finding us and watching. Please feel free to check out our YouTube channel. We got a fair amount of videos on there now. More on the way, of course. We're active on Facebook and Instagram. Anyway, guys, my name is CJ. This has been Koi City STL. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.